Won't you lend your lungs to me? Mine are collapsing. Plant my feet and bitterly breathe up the time that's passed. Breath I'll take and breath I'll give. Pray the day's not poised. Stand among the ones that live in lonely indecision. Fingers walk the darkness down, mind is on the midnight. Gather up the gold you found, you fool, it's only moonlight. And if you stop to take it home, your hands will turn to butter. Better leave this dream alone, try to find another.
I guess if I had to choose a theme for this video, it would be something about expectations. For the record, the person hosting me this time around shall remain anonymous. They weren't a fan of being on camera, and I don't have a ton to say about them anyways. But expectations are tricky. Indralaya was a very organized place that was clean and very professional. But not everybody that was offering work was necessarily going to be that way. So I was a little disappointed upon arriving to this new location to find it was a very casual home that was not any of those things. It was a change of scenery. And while some of my expectations weren't met, it was worth my time for many reasons. So let's get into it.
Strangers crying foreign tongues and dirty up the doorstep. And I for one and you for two ain't got the time for outside. Keep your injured looks to you, we'll tell the world that we tried.
Without getting too specific, I was working at a ranch in Klamath County, Oregon. Nestled roughly 3,700 feet up the Cascade Mountain Range. It was a ranch run by animal lovers. So they had goats, alpacas, a horse, miniature donkey, turkeys, and dogs. I learned a lot of things working here, and I had some experiences I never thought I would have. But probably the biggest thing to take away from this experience was meeting this guy.
Get ready to get in the barn. Oh, are you filming?
A little bit.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Rambling on.
No, you're fine.
Daniel. So, you know how in my first video I said I wanted to find cool and new communities? And in my third video I found an awesome community at Indralaya. Well, on a much smaller but equally as important scale, I found a community in this guy. So get this, right? I'm up in the mountains, thousands of miles away from home, and I run into my midst, a fellow Wisconsinite. Naturally, it was an instant connection. I mean, he was out here doing the same thing I'm doing. See, this is the thing that I can't stress enough, and something I wish I would have taken to heart earlier in my life, which is, you know, whenever I'm doing something new or uncomfortable or scary, I always look at the things that I can lose from a situation. But I never look at all the things that I can gain, all the positives to that new experience. And there's so many ways that those new experiences can impact you. Now, I kind of accepted my negatives, all the negatives to this experience, but I was overjoyed with the positives because they took me completely by surprise. So me and Daniel got along great. We worked on a few different projects in the 2 weeks I spent, but also did whatever other activities we could. He helped show me around, got me familiar with the routines involved with all of the animals.
Okay, I got you.
Nice.
I guess you. Everybody's coming in. All right, go.
Putting them in their stalls at the end of the day was easier said than done, of course. But other things, like collecting eggs, went smoothly enough. We went to the beach. Sort of. And towards the end of my stay, we took a mini camping trip. We visited my first natural hot spring.
I guess I can endure it.
Barely, yeah.
and hiked a few miles along the trail until we camped for the night.
Dude. Oh, how long, like, I don't know. You think you could see yourself living like this for a while?
Yes, Daniel. Yes, I do. That's it this time around. To be honest, I feel like I didn't stay long enough to make a longer video, but I just wanted to highlight the best experiences of this day. Now, the biggest takeaway from this experience is that although it didn't seem enticing at first, there's no way you can predict any outcome just based off expectations alone. As I intended to do, I'm learning more and more things from just making these videos every day. What it takes to create a visually pleasing story, as well as forming a narrative that makes sense. But watch out for my next installment. It's a little bit different, but it's my favorite so far. But it's also the one I worked the hardest on. I was able to get all the shots I needed because I spent 2 months here instead of just a couple weeks. As for Daniel, he just finished a 630-mile bike tour from Oregon to California. That is amazing. Congratulations to you, my friend. I am recording this 3 months later after all. As for me, I'm enjoying California. I've been here a couple weeks, and I'm currently at a hotel in San Francisco. My mom and my sister spent the weekend, and so I was able to come down. I'm staying in Ukiah, but more on that later. I think that's everything. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you want. Thanks for taking this journey with me. See you later.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.